All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Koyomimonogatari, episode 11.
We're almost to the end of this part of Monogatari.
Yeah, and I feel like we've come to the end of our list of Monogatari characters for Araragi to interact with.
Right, at least the ones that would be obvious. Because, like...
So, Oikura?
That would be intense?
Yeah.
That would be pretty crazy.
I almost don't want there to be a refocus on Oikura.
Yeah.
Not because I don't like her character, but because I'd be like, wait, what kind of pain do we need to open up and focus on here?
And how would that fit in with the sort of general tone that these episodes have been taking?
Which is a little bit more whimsical, actually.
Right.
Like, a lot more, really.
The one other girl that I was thinking could maybe get focused would be Gain.
Oh, sure.
Because, you know,
right.
Gain. But
how do you do, fellow kids? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I almost feel like Gain would be like a perfect last episode of Koyomi.
I feel like in some ways, Gain actually makes more sense than Oikura.
Yeah.
Because in some ways, I feel like the last episode shouldn't have anything to do with any specific side character. It's more just Araragi, like, thinking on the present and then having it be a nice kind of segue into whatever comes next.
Sure.
Because this is kind of a little bit of like that, hey, my life has brought me to this point kind of thing.
Right.
And then there's also the this meta stuff of, hey, audience, catch you up a little bit of a couple things that need to be clarified before we go into the rest.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Here we are. So y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone, we're going to be starting the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Koyomi, nothing.
Okay, that's curious. And not starting with an OP.
I don't think we've ever started with an OP, like, right out the gate. Oh. Kagenui?
All right.
Jeez. Is this...
The visuals are very serious, but the audio is almost comical.
Right?
All right. You could handle it without... Yeah. Yeah,
Naruhodo, indeed. I'd just
die.
Kill you, yeah. Yep. Yep. To invade your house.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Well.
That put a damper on things.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Right. But that's more of the joke of the
Oni.
You know.
Oni.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, no name attached to it. Ah.
All right. All right.
Rather than an answer.
Yeah.
Then you'll answer the question. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. One of the things is that oh. Wait, yeah.
Yeah. He goes to the expert. Yes. Oh my god.
Okay.
All the jiggling
Yeah.
custards.
Yep.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible. There you go. Ooh.
Tsukihi and Yotsugi. That is a combination.
Mm-hmm. True.
Ah.
Karin actually showing her genius.
Yeah. Okay. Ah. Why must I put up with this?
Right. It's like, I guess, you know. Losing gracefully. Sure.
The punchline. when...
Yeah. And then thanked her with donuts.
Uh-huh. Nice. Wow.
And it's literally a donut gun. Like,
Uh-huh. Yep.
That's amazing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ooh, passing grade.
All right.
Okay. She had no reason to wait around for you, I guess.
That's interesting. And to be continued.
Yeah.
Huh.
Okay. So part 2 is next episode then.
I guess.
Which is the last episode.
Right. So is this going to be something that ends up setting the stage for the next section of Monogatari, maybe? Like,
well, it says the end of February, so it's pretty
that's
pretty close to at least graduation time. Like, yeah.
That was a fun workaround for the you can't rely on your vampire powers.
Yeah.
Is that he gives himself vampire powers but doesn't use them.
Right.
And then he just has Shinobi use her powers.
Yeah, exactly. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And then this was one where Kagenui was involved. Okay,
right.
Cool. Mm-hmm. And thus she was one of the ones that had the least interaction with Aragi of all the all the girls in the story.
And there she is
in the rotation.
ED, yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that means that Gain really will be the one for the last episode.
Yeah, because Gain is in the rotation. Yeah.
Right. And next to Kagenui.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, in the very back there. Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is a part 1 episode.
Yeah.
One of 2, maybe?
Mm-hmm. And this is the first time we've really gotten that with Koyomi. So I'm curious to see what direction this takes. There is a part of me that wonders if it's going to be Gain in the next one that like helps explain where she went or something like that. But okay, this also felt like it sort of followed that similar trend of previous episodes where it's the care that's not being said, you know?
Sure.
And because like with Yotsugi, it was, carrying him around on her finger so that way Kaiki would, avoid him, right?
Yeah.
With Shinobu, it was the donuts hidden within the donuts, right?
Right.
And here, now Araragi is the one doing that, right? Now, granted, she's also doing that with him because she's basically saying, hey, I don't want to just say, no, I'm not telling you, stop asking, right?
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything to like gather from that, but it's another step in the trend that I'm seeing.
Yeah. We have a couple timeline things that are rather interesting. We're really close to graduation. Like
yes.
We're really close at this point here. In that respect, this is still continuing the linear progression towards the end of Araragi's time in high school. Like we're moving closer and closer to that point. However, since this is a to be continued kind of setup, that means that the next one is probably a direct continuation, meaning we're not going to move any closer in a time skip kind of way. It's going to be basically like directly when Araragi arrives at the shrine and Kagenui's not there. Which, okay, she's not there. So wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait.
Why is she not there?
Because she's one of the characters that we've had the least amount of time with
right
in the story overall. There's not really a lot that I remember specifically regarding what she would be making moves around the town for. Like, in terms of what she gave us this episode, even then, if anything, I could see it being something where she's like, oh, I have no interest in fighting you either, you know?
Sure,
like,
right.
in
She
that
didn't want to
respect.
tell him the answer to the question, you know, it was a personal question. So she gives him this, you know, response. But
Or no, what I'm meaning, this was the response.
oh, sure.
Is that she left basically being like, no, we're not going to fight.
Yeah, and that I feel like that is also kind of her style, because when Karen brought up the whole thing of the allowing you to save face and everything, or allowing her to save face by not needing to, you know, just flat up say no.
Sure.
She hasn't seemed like a roundabout character in how she goes about doing things. She's always been quite direct. Like, you know, when she was going after Tsukihi, it was this is I'm here, you know, I'm gonna take her out, right? That's how this works, you know.
Yeah.
When her and Kaiki and Oshino, or Meme rather, had the conversation about the value of a fake, right? She was the one who was like, of course, you know, a fake is less valuable than the real thing, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm not sure what this means here. Like, maybe it's something where she has some pressing thing that came up, you know, or I guess maybe she was planning on doing this the whole time. I don't know.
Well, we'll see. But the thing about it is just that Araragi went through a lot of preparatory work in order to be ready for basically a test, if you will.
Sure.
And in that, he basically came to the shrine with his equivalent of, this is my passing enough grade.
Right.
And also, by 100% guaranteeing that I will lose, I will probably get a better shot at actually getting the answer, because I'm telling the other person by the way that I bring this up that I'm like, yeah, I get that I'm going to lose, but this is my pathetic attempt anyway.
Sure.
And maybe on that level, Kagenui would have, you know, some kind of be like, okay, we don't really have to do this.
Right.
You know, and then actually just give it to him. Which, I don't know, that seems a little bit interesting, Araragi, that you would go for that angle, because in what Karen said, there was this aspect of this where maybe it was the way that you asked her, Araragi, and that is why you're now in this situation where you need to actually be told to fight her in this, and that's something that even she doesn't really necessarily want to do. She just doesn't want to tell you because of the way you kind of asked her. So maybe actually talking about it would have been the better call.
Maybe. Like, even with the training, she was saying like, hey, there's no point in doing this. You'll just, you know, if we keep doing this, you'll just die. You won't actually learn how to fight the way I fight. Right?
Yeah. But to be fair, she did wail on him a bit before it came to that point of,
that is true.
Wait, why are we doing this?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think on some level, she's also one of the characters that doesn't like Araragi in terms of just, you know, stuff in general. She even mocked him with the whole, oh, you're trying to get me to join the
your
whole
harem
or something like that. He's like, well, nothing like that exists.
What?
And
no.
Like, that was
pretty
that
great.
was funny. I loved how we cut to then Araragi having his commercial speech, you know.
Right. And the classic Araragi consults an expert in the Koyomi episode because he has to make sense of what's going on. But no, in this case, it is not actually Hanakawa, surprisingly. It is, well, the fighting expert,
the martial arts genius.
Exactly. Karen.
Yeah.
And naturally, she's like, you don't fight him. You know, like, that is my expert advice.
Right. We'd see Tsukihi having cute moments with Yotsuki, which is fun.
Yeah, that was.
But
talk about oil and water. Like, oh boy.
Yeah. One of the things I thought was kind of interesting is when Karen starts to basically say, oh, you know, actually, from what you've told me, I'm guessing it's like this. If you land a punch on this person, they'll answer a question of yours. or something like that, right? And what's maybe just the banter of their dialogue or what have you, and that Araragi says, that's a pretty good inference coming from you, Karin, is you could see that as him being like, I literally just told you that. So, wow, great inference, Karin. You know, my sister is not that smart, which I don't think is necessarily what's being said here. But what he might be saying is if this is like, there's no sarcasm involved here, is that he didn't actually tell her why he needed help with the martial arts.
Right. Just, I need to land a punch on somebody stronger than me.
Right. Which, why wouldn't he tell her the reason why? Because then once he's like, oh yeah, that's actually the reason why, she then starts to tap into some really cool, like, wise insight here, saying, well, aren't you just being refused indirectly?
Right.
Because Kagenui knows you could never land a punch. So what she's basically saying is that, like, no, the way you asked or what you did set it up to where not only is there no way you're going to get the answer correctly, I'm also going to kind of have fun with the fact that you can't actually do anything about that. So she's getting a little bit back at you. And then when Karin says, I bet you asked something insensitive there. I mean, this is just something I've noticed more and more the way they do the shadows in this story. But you know how Araragi has the little bloop at the top of his...
Yeah, I forget what those things are called, but yeah.
But yeah, Karin's shadow maybe even looks a little bit like Araragi's in some ways.
Oh, sure.
Just a little bit. I don't think that's anything important necessarily. But then the line of maybe you've just been driven away without being exposed to the sharp edges. That's such a great line of like actually getting at the imagery of something, so then Araragi can kind of interpret what sharp edges is or exposed is necessarily. So in that respect, like, she's really saying some good stuff here. Is that at some point you started to wonder only about how to land a shot on this person.
Right. And not whether your question will get answered.
Yes, exactly. And Araragi's just like, holy crap. Like,
how did I not think of that?
Yeah, like, like, how, Karin, you're a genius. And then you're like, in that case, what should I do?
Begging on hands and knees.
Yeah, exactly. And
how should I know?
I love that Karin goes immediately back into Karin mode of just like, what, how would I know? Okay, but then I would do my best so that this person would save face. At the very least, I'd make sure that they didn't find out that I saw through their excuse to propose the fight.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah, this reminds us of one of the previous Koyomi little encounters. Yeah.
But what if this is also something where Kagenui is that 2 steps ahead of him, where because she's predicting that he might see through it or he might not, she's going 1 step ahead, offering the fight, and then not showing up, so that way, it's on me. Oh man, you totally would have gotten me if I'd shown up, you know.
Yeah.
But I no-showed you. Yeah. So I guess we'll never know, you know.
Oh, that's good.
My bad.
I like that. Yeah.
Now the fact that it said to be continued makes me think that there's some sort of mysterious more to it than that kind of angle, but maybe not. Also, is this the outfit that Yotsuki was wearing when at the end of Owari?
I think so.
When she was talking to him.
Let me see.
Is this just something where her and Tsukihi actually became like surprise besties or something?
Yes, it's the same outfit. Yeah.
and they just hang out together all the time.
That's fantastic. Which is actually kind of funny because in some ways Yotsugi was tapping into divine wisdom at that moment. So you could say that she was bearing literally the mantle of Tsukihi in that moment. Sure. And was like, yes, I will now speak from the words of the goddess herself, the goddess of wisdom and insight.
I like that headcanon.
And then she's like, I am literally bearing the pink mantle of my mistress. I love it. Oh, man.
Also, the whole workaround for Araragi, being all like, okay, well, I don't want to rely on my vampire powers. Therefore, I'm going to let Shinobu suck my blood. It's like, wait, hold on.
Right.
What did you just say? But then it's, no.
Right.
Then she uses her matter creation in order to make a gun. That way I can then land a shot on her.
Right.
All right.
The technicality thing of not actually landing a punch, but landing a shot. Yeah, yeah.
And then the
freaking
exaggeration and just like, that was like 24 donuts
or
right
more.
there. Yeah. Just a feast of donuts. It's just, yes. And then, of course, he shoots her with the gun.
Right. To
test it out.
Test it. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
And I'm not sure if that implied if the image, if the visuals were trying to imply that she hadn't finished the donuts yet and the gun actually cooked up like 4 or 5 of the remaining donuts.
like, damn it, Araki.
You don't think you can just take things that away from me like that?
Actually. Look.
Oh,
there
yeah.
were, like, 5 donuts and then they like
they just
vaporized
burned
and
up.
stuff. It's just like, but it has been interesting. There's been some things in this episode specifically that just kind of reminded me of the end of Owari, you know?
Yeah.
And one of them is the actual like the walk up to the shrine.
Oh yeah, I totally thought it was going to be something of like, you know,
now it all ties back in together, right?
Right, or
except
Nautico would
it's
be
a
waiting there, but it's different time.
It's a completely different time and stuff like that.
Right.
But then we literally have Araragi, I believe, at the end of Owari walking up to the shrine at the end there. And I just thought that it was just kind of interesting in that while he's kind of talking to himself about this whole thing here.
Oh, good catch.
There's some interesting like stuff there. It's rather to counteract my carelessness, at least get a passing grade. I thought that was a little bit like,
Yeah. Interesting phrasing.
Choice, yeah.
Yeah.
And then he gets up here and she's not there.
She's not there. Now, if that means that we have now caught back up to the present.
No, I don't think we have.
Right, because it was late February. And
so we're still at least 2 weeks away.
Right.
Yeah. I believe we are, yeah. Mm-hmm. So we've got a good chunk of time that we can explore in the next episode here.
Yeah.
But okay.
One of the other
Yeah.
Well, what were you going to say?
No, I'm just wondering like what's going to happen next.
Well, one of the things that I thought was interesting here is that episode was mentioned again. And now we got the whole thing with the first kin, and that was a reason why episode was, brought into the scene of things and whatnot.
Episode wasn't mentioned again.
Oh, he wasn't?
No.
Oh.
No. 99% sure episode wasn't mentioned again. I believe that was actually just you mixing up subtitles from when I just went through
okay.
the end of Owari.
Maybe that's what it was. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. All right. Okay, because I was gonna say like, wait, if that is there more that needs to be uncovered here? But
no, that was me when I was trying to find the outfit. I ended up scrolling past the conversation that Ogi was having with Araragi and how she was like,
right.
That's
okay.
why
yes.
Guin brought in
good catch.
Episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, I guess that's it then. Y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there, and any level of support gets you access to our Discord, where you can chat with us and the community there about this show, about anime in general, and you can also talk with Jacob about the sci-fi novel that he wrote.
Right. I wrote a sci-fi novel called Battle Lines. I mean, yeah, you know about it. But if you want to find out more about it, it's on Amazon with descriptions of what it's about and stuff. Links in the description down below.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.